Hi, my name is Marcio Reolon.
And I'm Filipe Matzembacher.
We're directors of Night Stage, a film that is screened in the Panorama section here at the Berlinale. And we would like to invite you all to come and watch our film.
Yeah.
Matias.
Não tem número 57.
O escritório fica umas quadras aqui.
Então por que tu me passou esse número?
Eu não quero que vejam alguém chegando. A gente vai de carro e entra direto na garagem. Entra aí.
Tu é casado?
E se eu for?
É. Parece ser.
Hello and welcome to the 39th Teddy Award. My name is Jan-Felix Wuttig and today I'm here with Filipe Matzembacher and Marcio Reolon to talk about their film Night Stage. Thanks for being here, guys. Glad to have you back.
Yes.
As I said, it's been a minute, but you came back with a great film. I loved Night Stage. It's a very moving film. It's very loving. It's warm, but it's also like very suspenseful. And there's things in there that would make you angry as well. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about how the idea came to you.
I think probably started from the character, right? From this idea of a character that has to play different roles in his life. So we have an actor and a politician. Both they have these public personas, but they also have their personas more connected with their desires, I think. And this is something that when we realize about this part of this job also, having to perform. It's like a theater. Politics looks like a theater in a sense. We thought, okay, maybe we can create some connection about that. So,
we're very interested in approaching this public and private lives and how these characters would transition from one to the other. And
also, I think there was something then we started to realize how, in general, capitalism and society and the concept of success starts to shape our decisions, our lives, the way we dress, the people we are attracted to, and so on. And then this is a very interesting set to start to create a story, to build a story.
True.
So then we have the two characters that they want to be successful in their own fields, but they have to not be completely who they are 100%. So I think this is something that we started to shape. And to be honest, also we wanted to make a erotic thriller as well. This was something that we, little by little, we started to realize, okay, we really love this kind of film, this genre, and because you can mix desire and danger, and so many films that we loved also come from this genre, from noir and then later erotic thriller. So
and especially our previous films, they were a little bit more grounded on a realism or a naturalism. And we wanted to go to a different direction and be a little bit more playful, and we thought this was the perfect opportunity to do it. So
I also felt that in some scenes you have kind of this noir sort of mood, where you have an almost classical kind of soundtrack, and it sort of feels like a detective with his trench coat sort of ducking in a corner. And I think much of the power that the film has comes from your two main actors, Gabriel Farias and Cirio Luna. And I think that they're incredible on screen. They have so much chemistry. Did you, I don't know, did they know each other beforehand? How did you work with them to establish that kind of level of trust?
Yeah, so I mean, like, acting always plays like as a central role in our films, and in this film was not different. And we did actually an open call to look for actors, and we got almost like 1,000 applications. Yes, it was, but we went through them all, and from this process we got to know Gabi, and we were super. We did an audition with him, and we were super fascinated by him, by his persona, by his performance. We got along super well, and we immediately saw Matthias there. We liked what he brought to the character, and Cirilo was actually a recommendation from a friend.
Yeah.
That knew him. Cirilo is Gabi was his first time doing screen acting. He was graduating in a drama school in our state. But Cirilo is a well-known TV actor. He had just finished a big soap opera, but he had never done cinema. So he was really into doing it. And then we had a few meetings with him, and he was really into the project. And then let's do this together. Yeah. However, since they were like from different states, they actually only got to rehearse together, I think, 2 weeks prior shooting.
Wow.
Yeah, but we did with Gabi like a longer rehearsal preparation process, as this was his first time on screen. And as soon as Cirilo arrived, then we did very intense rehearsal process, and they got along super well. They were super committed to it, and they were very, I think, nice, caring work partners to the other, you know.
And I think it was very interesting how they would add to the characters, as you said, like they were very active in like trying to understand these decisions of the characters, trying to also to understand the discourse of the film also. So this was something very beautiful to build together.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, you have very, very physical, very intimate scenes in there, and it's incredible that they could go there so quickly with just a couple of weeks' time, right? I mean, it's one of the things that I really loved about the film was the play that you had. Could you tell me a little bit more about how you developed that? Because it feels like really lived in, like an actual kind of play.
Yeah, that was something. It was so much fun. I have to say, like we love to have like a performance in front of the camera. With Hard Paint, we had that. Like the character was a erotic performer, so Pedro had to in Hard Paint to dance and so on. And here we wanted to. We are very obsessed with this idea of bodies in movement. So we love the idea of characters fighting, dancing, having sex. Like they have to move, they have to go after something. I think this is something that we love to shoot. And we thought, okay, since we are talking about this idea of performance, let's have a big play in the middle of the film. And it was a very nice process to do.
Yeah. For us, it made sense that this would be a very physical theater group. So we did, with all those actors that were part of the group, 8 rehearsals with a choreographer, Carlota Albuquerque. And together with her, we were, little by little, start to investigate choreographies and some possibilities, creating some small scenes. And we of course didn't have the obligation of having like a full structured play, but it should be cohesive, should make sense. So
and the play has this connection with Matthias' journey
of ambition, of trying to rise,
of this eminent violence also. So it was something that when you are working in a piece of art, you start to see your life through also this lens of this piece of art. So that was also something that, and the film is very guided by Matthias' like lens. So this was something very nice, and we love to shoot that scenes. I remember we stayed like 5 or 6 days inside the theater, and it was so much fun. It was, I think, one of the most interesting moments of the whole shooting, because it's very nice to we love also this meta idea of having good that we can play with the characters on the backstage and also in front of the stage.
And it was really interesting how having a play within the film gave like a lot of extra freedom, I think, to everyone in the crew. The performers could, once they are on stage, perform in a slightly different way than they do off stage. And also our production designer, Manuela Falcão, she built like this really nice scenario for it. And the DOP, Luciana Bacejo, also could like play with the lights in a different way. And it was super fun, I think, the whole thing.
Yeah, I think that the scope of the whole thing was incredible because it didn't feel over-explained. It was just like as if it was the final act of an actual play. Two people up on the ledge, kind of pushing themselves, like pushing each other off it, and then you realize through the story that there's much more at stake than just kind of falling down the ledge, but it's actually like your whole career, the whole fame. What was important to you in connecting sort of a queer love story and this idea of fame? What was it about fame or success that you wanted to show?
I think to start is more connected to this idea how society like shapes our desires also, because when
our behaviors.
Yeah, our behaviors. Yeah, because we have this idea of success that's very narrow. And then you start to feel that you should conquer these specific things and you should like behave in this specific way, and that's what's happened, I think, with the main characters, like with the main actors, like of the play, with Fabio as well, who is played by Henrique Barreira. This feeling of winning, becoming a winner, is something very important. And it's sometimes then you start to overstep who you are, in the case of Matthias, and then you have this clash, like you have almost like this capitalist idea shaping them, but they have like this eros atmosphere, this desire, almost like guiding to other place, and this conflict for us, it was like
this is super appealing to guide the narrative through this seduction of these characters that are really driven towards something, but still constantly being called into a different direction.
And I think also that connects a lot with noir, as we were talking about, because noir, we have this, usually we have this main character is very cerebral, but there's someone usually that's calling this character to something else, like, okay, this is not the smartest idea, but should we go here? And then like the character puts themselves in danger, and I think that's very nice to play.
I remember we used to think, like during the development process, of Raphael and Matthias as each other's femme fatale, like one would work that way to the other.
They free themselves, let's not get ahead of ourselves as well. But the thing that they are drawn to is basically freeing themselves by having sex in more and more public spaces. How did you come up with that idea?
I think it came from this idea of like if there's this structure that's trying to shape you. And putting you like in this box, and how you should behave, and who you should desire, or which. Okay, you can desire someone that, for example, you're a man. You can desire have a desire on a man, but like you have to behave in this specific way, being proper and so on. And we should like there is this force should be something very strong that would feel like a statement. To conflict with this. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, totally. And it was quite fascinating that these two people, that for them to achieve whatever they want to achieve, they had to have a specific public behavior. However, their deep desire was to go in a complete opposite direction. So as to have like a public behavior that would be like very, very frowned upon, and like a very could really like damage their whole lives, their whole careers, what they were building
And also, I think there's something that was very exciting for Marcio and I. This idea of playing regarding the mise en scène, constantly this almost this plateau. They are like constantly on a stage, and then even when they are like doing cruising, they are also like in this. They are almost performing somehow, and this was something very nice for us to think how the cars could move and how we could frame these bodies and these places. So
true, yeah. And for the viewer, you always have an element of suspense as well, you know, because at the beginning you don't quite know how the characters are going to behave towards that publicity, you know. At first it's very dangerous, like don't go out of the house, like don't step into the light. And then it becomes more and more a play of sorts. Well, if you look on your own career, like your own filmmaking over the years, would you say that the film embodies something about success that you have both experienced, in the sense that it, well, has sort of tried to shape you in a way that you had to hold up against?
This is a very interesting question. I have to say, I think this film is. We always try to be as honest as we can with also the desire. I think desire is something that for us works very well to guide our process. So we would love to make an erotic thriller. I would love to have this conflict between desire and I don't know, like this structure of power and so on. This is something that we wanted to do. This is for sure. And we also wanted to. We're not the filmmakers that want to make the same film again and again. This is something that we are not very interested in. So after Hard Paint, we're very happy with the result of Hard Paint. Said, okay, we are loving this film. We want to make something else. Let's see how, like, I think we can connect both films, but they are different. You can see, like, and also giving more challenges to us. Like, so I think that's the thing, like, more, not, I would say, with success and achievements, but there are more with this idea of also movement, like how to keep moving our films in our career to not be stagnant, like in this specific kind of film, specific kind of story and atmosphere.
So to not sort of get stuck or stagnate or just have no development. True. Okay, I think that's already it from me. Okay. I want to thank you both so much for being here. It's been a pleasure, like always. And I wish you all the best for the premiere tonight.
Thank you so much. It was a really nice talk.
I think so too. Have a good day.
Okay, cheers.
Okay. Cheers.